Hey folks, Rob here with another episode of Unboxed, the YouTube series where I, Rob, open and unbox vinyl albums with my machete. This episode I'm opening and unboxing the Use Your Illusion albums by Guns N' Roses, originally released in September of 1991. And just so you're aware, this is the standard version of these albums, not the super deluxe fancy version that's 12 LPs and a Blu-ray and it costs 5 Benjis. Listen, I'm going to level with you. I'm not on that level yet.
Swimming in it!
But for now, we're going to talk about these albums. Let's get into it. Welcome to Unboxed. If you like music-related content, getting a little in-depth behind the scenes of music-related projects, then you're going to want to subscribe, my friend. Hit the bell for notifications and leave a comment. Look, I do this for the shits and gigs of it all. But I do appreciate any feedback or comments, and I hope you take something away from my content here. Okay, I want you to close your eyes. Just imagine with me. Close your eyes. Let's go back to 1991. George H.W. Bush was president. Seinfeld was reaching peak popularity.
Giddy up.
The Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan won their first of 6 championships. Magic Johnson got AIDS from
Banging wars.
WWE Wrestling Buddies debuted.
Man, and Jake the Snake Roberts, the newest WWF Wrestling Buddies from Tonga.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the movie, debuted in theaters, and I, personally, contributed to 1/8 of the box office gross. Yeah, 1991 was also huge for pants, hammer pants, but only if you were too legit to quit. But more importantly, 1991 was a huge year for rock music. Metallica released their self-titled album, often referred to as the Black Album. Red Hot Chili Peppers released Blood Sugar Sex Magik, and the birth of grunge with Nirvana's Nevermind. Pearl Jam's 10 album came out. I mean, holy shit, that's a lot of front-to-back bangers right there. Back then it was New Music Tuesdays. So, close your eyes again. It was Tuesday, September 17th, 1991. You go into your local mall. It smells like caramel corn with a K. I don't know why, that's weird, but it is. You pop into your local record store. What is it, Tower Records? Sam Goody? Best Buy? Circuit City? Whatever it is, you walk in, and there it is. The new Guns N' Roses album. Use Your Illusion. Wait. There's 2 of them? 1 and 2? Which one do you buy? The answer is clear. Both. Unless, of course, you didn't save up your allowance. You weren't expecting this. Guns N' Roses have just thrown you a curveball. What are you going to do? Steal one? Don't do it. Don't do it, you, when you're 12 years old. For Guns N' Roses, though, this was a pretty risky move to release 2 albums at once. Releasing 2 albums like that on the same day was very unusual back then, but it worked. And ironically, in some weird way, Use Your Illusion 2 debuted at number 1, and Use Your Illusion 1 debuted at number 2. It was like they were inverted.
Wilson.
But why is that, you might ask yourself? Rob's gonna tell you. What do you say we get out the machete? And we cut this pig open. All right, let's start by talking about the album artwork itself. So this is it's a painting, 2 variations of the original painting by an artist named Mark Kostobi. And the story is Axl was out to dinner and he just went into an art gallery. He could apparently at that time never really afford art. But he had written the lyrics for the song Locomotive, which is on Use Your Illusion 2. And the lyrics, I bought me an illusion and I put it on the wall. And then he saw the title of the painting itself, which was Use Your Illusion, and he just felt like it was fate. So he rolled with the title, brought it back to the band. They loved it too. And that's how the album got the title in the album cover.
How about that?
Both albums produced by Mike Klink, who actually was their go-to producer, produced Appetite for Destruction, Lies, these two albums, Slash's side projects, kept a consistent sound, and kept them true. So, let's start by talking about User Illusion 1 here, huh? What do you say we open this up? It's a gatefold. This is the 2022 remaster version of the albums. You got pictures here, plenty of pictures. You got liner notes with lyrics, vinyl, disc 1 here. So User Illusion 1 is often cited as the more fiery, energetic record compared to its twin, with more fast-paced, punky, and aggressive songs like Perfect Crime, Garden of Eden, and Back Off Bitch, and balanced with a few ballads like November Rain and Don't Cry. November Rain, of course, being the centerpiece of this one, a 9-minute rock opera, and the music video, of course, was just as epic. Included a wedding, orchestras, Slash's desert guitar solo, and of course the rain-soaked funeral scene. And at the time, it was the most expensive music video ever made at $1.5 million. Damn! So this is the album where Axl really solidified his piano playing skills in the band, especially with November Rain and Don't Cry. Fun fact about this album, Don't Cry and November Rain features backing vocals recorded by Shannon Hoon of Blind Melon. Both Shannon Hoon and Axl Rose are from Lafayette, Indiana, and moved to Los Angeles with the intention of becoming a rock star, and both of them achieved that goal. So if you're from Lafayette, Indiana, as soon as you can, I would suggest moving to Los Angeles if you want to be a rock star. Just keep me in mind in those album credits. Also, a big thing to note on this album is the cover of Live and Let Die, Paul McCartney and Wings. Funny story, after this album came out, my very first concert my parents ever took me to and that I ever saw was Paul McCartney and Wings in Minneapolis. He played Live and Let Die, of course, it's one of their biggest songs. And I thought, man, this guy's cool. He's doing a Guns N' Roses cover, right? And my parents looked at me like, wrong. The lesson learned in that story, parents, teach your children well. Play them good music. Guns N' Roses. Good music. This album right here sold over 7 million copies, 7 times certified platinum. Let's take a look at User Illusion 2. User Illusion 2 is a little more darker, maybe a little more political than User Illusion 1, maybe a little more somber. Tracks like Civil War and Get in the Ring are a little more social commentary, talking about media issues, maybe a little more mature and aggressive lyrical approach on those. I would say Get in the Ring if you know that song, which is basically a rock diss track, and there's not many of those, but there is here. Calling out music journalists by name, including Spin Magazine's Bob Guccione Jr., which sparked a bit of controversy at the time. And as far as rock and roll diss songs, that's definitely one of them. But I remember as a kid even hearing that, and it was like, man, these guys are bad. I don't want to get on their bad side. Guns N' Roses are badasses. You know, before internet was really widely available. So just like the first one, you got liner notes with lyrics, pictures of the band, illustrations like this. Again, 180 gram vinyl, nice thick quality. This album, of course, released on Geffen Records. Another fun fact about User Illusion 2, or User Illusion altogether, but the second one has the last track ever recorded with Izzy Stradlin. One of the founding members of the group, he left the band in November 1991, right after the album was released. He just couldn't hang. But his rhythm guitar and songwriting is featured one last time right here on the track Pretty Tied Up. Written solely by Izzy, and the song was actually inspired by a real-life experience that Izzy had with the dominatrix. Fact. So this album also, epic length, comes in at 75 minutes long, extremely long for a single album, at least back then. Combined with part 1, 2.5 hours of music. For any GNR fan, that's probably not enough. So, discussing the band, after these albums came out, they went on a 2.5-year tour promoting these albums. When it comes to like being a rock star, Guns N' Roses were that. They lived that. Booze, drugs, women, yes. Notable tracks on this album. First and foremost, You Could Be Mine. You probably know that song because it debuted as a single before the album and part of Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which was an absolutely huge movie in 1991. The song was featured in the movie. Another track on this album, Civil War, great way to open an album with the Cool Hand Luke sample.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Of course, you got the Knockin' on Heaven's Door, which is a Bob Dylan cover, Minnesota's own. This one also features Don't Cry, the alternative lyrics version. I prefer the original one on Use Your Illusion 1. So now, if you want to compare these two, which one do I prefer? You want to know that. I've got the answer. Very hard to pick just one. But if I had to, I got to go with Use Your Illusion 2. Mainly say because I love Terminator 2, the movie. And You Could Be Mine was just huge at that time, and I really like that song. Although November Rain on the first one is just an epic song. There was a time when rock bands would really do ballads like that. I don't know, I don't actively listen to like a lot of new rock music. I don't know if that's still commonplace, where heavier bands will do like a ballad. Following the release of these two albums, the band went on a tour of 2.5 years to promote. They brought with them Soundgarden, Faith No More, Metallica, Skid Row. Crazy shows. And the tour itself, of course, was plagued with the booze, the drugs, the women, and Axl would consistently show up late. The crowds would be angry, and then in turn, when they did show up, Axl would just shut down the show. Fans would be upset. There was a riot in St. Louis in 1991. There was a riot in Montreal in 1992.
Hey, take that! Take that! Now, get that guy and take that! I'll take it, goddammit! Well, thanks to the lame-ass security, I'm going home.
You know, it's crazy, but that was really the beginning of the end of Guns N' Roses. They didn't record anything for years later. They did that cover album of the Spaghetti Incident, which is very mid, in my opinion. And then the original band never got together to record new music, or haven't yet. Not that they couldn't, but the existing members. And that's all I've got for Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 epic albums. I'm gonna go throw them on the turntable right now. Thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time.